Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening whenever and wherever you are. And welcome back to the Beta Plan, playing Planescape Torment. Now, I haven't got a lot of reactions into what type of person you want me to see play, so I guess you're just here for the ride. And I don't mind that at all. If you get your entertainment by just watching this and you have like no idea, perhaps, and that's why you don't know what you want to see, what actually it entails to be a mage within, for instance, Planescape Torment. Well, considering some of the spells have awesome animations, and I mean awesome animations, I am gonna go a little bit on the mage side. I will level myself up a little bit as fighter, because that will give me some hit points. As you gain levels, at a certain point you don't gain anymore a 10-sided die in order to roll for your hit points. So I do want to level a little bit as fighter, but I'll mainly go into mage. Yes, in fact, the only thing we heard, dear Mort, was that you apparently are a little bit creepy. You are scaring one of my, well, most loyal watchers. Well, scaring might be a bit of a wrong word, but, well, yes, that is about it. And there you can see heal 1. That is because we slowly regenerate. You can regenerate a ton if you have a high constitution. I've had characters with constitution 25 and they, well, you can see heal 2, heal 2, heal 2, heal 2. A crazy amount. But yes, this is a rag picker square. And as you can see, this is not one of the best places around. Well, you know how it goes in this thing. Search for the guys with a name. As you approach the hooded brown robed man, you notice that he's mumbling to himself softly and occasionally nodding. Greetings. Someone comes to speak to Nod. Speak to Nod, aye. He suddenly breaks into a fit and a hack, coughing, then nods to himself. What are you doing? Nothing. Kept looking for debtors. Nothing else, he sniffs. He gives another hacking cough. He mumbles for a moment, then speaks again. Nothing else. Need a jink. Jink jink. Debtors? Man nods. Debtors. Can sell them to the dusties. You can sell the corpses? He starts nodding without really looking at you. Ha! And the black plays. The mortuary. He tilts his head back and forth and nods again. They're the dusties. They haggles and gives jink. They takes the debtor in. They do, aye? And not don't talks to them till the next body. He sniffs, wiping at his nose with the back of his hand. Why do they pay for corpses? He shrugs. No matter, he smiles, then nods saggily. Jink for me, jink jink. So, I am going to go and, oh, he wants to know. I wanted to ask him a little bit about plays. And, what? He sniffs, then squints at you. Jink, he taps his head. Points at you, then points at his hand. You want to know something? Jink jink. Oh, let's give him a couple of coins. Jink for nod. Jink jink. He mumbles for a moment, hiding the copper coins in the fold of his robes. Ask not. Tries to answer, eh? A cough for a bit, spitting something off to the side. So, do you know about Farad? Farad, he scratches at his head. What about him? He frowns and shakes his head. As if it's not sure he should be speaking to you. Do you know where I can find him? Because apparently he knows who Farad is. He shakes his head and mumbles. He glances quickly at you and then begins to murmur again to himself. It sounds like he's uttering a prayer against Eva. Not here. Square, he frowns, as if unsure how to explain it. But not in the square. He shakes his head again, then coughs. Well, as we leave, he wants to ask us a question. This is why I mainly wanted to speak to Nod. Because Nod is looking for a sister. I'm not easy. And if you're nice to him, he will give you this quest. And he wants me to find her.
Updated my journal.
And, well, he wants you to tell her that her brother worries about his sister. And when you ask why he doesn't want to go find him, well, Nod can't speak right anymore. He can't nay, and he smells of corpses and dirty of the square. Ragged square, no. More or less this man, well, he has fallen on bad times. And though he loves his sister and would love to talk to her, he just doesn't want to see her how bad he's doing. I'll find him for you. And Nod is very thankful for that.
Updated my journal.
And he tells me how she looks. That is yellow fingers, but I kind of need... I'm looking for another guy.
Gone.
A very interesting
I'm gone.
guy, I should say. Where are you
All right.
nowadays? I'm looking for, I think his name was Marrowbite.
All right.
His yellow fingers is, weird.
All right.
I think Marrowbite used to be around here. Yeah, there, Marrow Friend. Marrow Friend. You can smell the reek of dung and rotting meat on this man, even from afar. The obviously weak and decrepit, his long, thin fingers and sunken eyes give him a sinister look as he scuttles through the garbage around him. The way he drools and rolls his eyes makes you wonder if he's mad. Great. He tries to focus on you, but his gaze wanders. His eyes are set deeply into the hollow sockets, and his skin is terribly pale and diseased, covered with rashes and yellow patches that look ready to peel from his body at any moment. The stench emanating from his is terrible. As you open your mouth to speak, he licks his lip and swallows. You better? What did you say? He licks his lip again, and his long, spindly fingers pick at his skin as he stares at you. You better? He glances to your left, and then his eyes dart back to you. Then, hungry. He reaches out to touch you, licking his scabrous lips. I'll let him touch you. His fingers scrabble spider-like on your arm, as if looking for a piece to tear off. He licks his split lips again, and you watch a yellowish drool drip from them. With a raspy moan, his fingers suddenly dig into the skin on your arm and pull off a bit. Ow! Step back. You watch him feel your stomach churn as he takes the bite of flesh and shoves it into his mouth. He chews it slowly, then swallows. You dead? No, I'm not dead. You taste dead. He scratches himself beneath his robe, and you suddenly notice that he has a finger hanging from his neck on a cord. He looks like there's a ring on it. Still hungry. What is that finger bone? He looks down, his plague-ridden features twisting into a ghastly, snaggle-toothed parody of a grin. Schneck. He looks ready to chew on it. Yeah, I'm not gonna let him bite too much of it. Lie, don't eat that. I'll bring you a whole body to eat rather than that. His eyes gleam and he's distracted from the finger bone. Okay. I'll go fetch some meat for you. Don't eat that finger bone, or no meat for you. Farewell. I don't know if I can actually bring him a body. I've never tried that before. But I do want that finger bone for a very, very
All right.
odd reason.
I'm gone. I'm gone.
But for the moment, let's go in here. And let's talk to old Mabeth. The squat old woman looks like she has had all the color bled out of her. Everything from her hair to her shawl to her robe are all shades of grey. The only splotches of color on her come from several strange herbs, which are tied to her belt by their stalks. The herbs make a strange swish when she moves, like a broom. Greetings. The elderly woman turns and stares at you, and you notice the grey shades blanketing her body extend to her features as well. Her hair is a wispy grey, and her eyes are like chips of granite. She frowns when she sees you. And who might you be, I am a traveler. Is that so? Where have you traveled from, then? From the mortuary through the hive to here. Ha! Mortuary pale faces. All concerned with making sure the debtors are all in the right places. Ha! Dusties and fools. 2 words, same meaning. The woman's features suddenly go blank, and her eyes roll to the back of her head. Are you alright? The woman starts mumbling, her tone mocking. Me am dusty. Me want to die 'cause this life's fake. Her eyes snap back to the front, and all she snorts, Dusties. No sense. No nothings. She points a finger at you. You run out of this life, child. There's little or no place to go. I see, and who are you? With a slight cackle, she wags her eyebrows. Have ye not heard of old Mabeth, then? The midwife of the square. Have ye not know? She narrows her eyes and her voice drops. Well, now ye have, for I be Mabeth. You're a midwife? What do you do?
Updated my journal.
I set bone riots, drive the cough out of the sick, yank out squealing stubborn babies, mend cloaks or a rag or two, make cures and herbs and other such. She squints at you, studying your scars. Be needing a cure for you, do you then? Cures? Aye, you be needing some cures to look at. Die. Want to buy some, do you? She glances at the scar covering your body, then shrugs. Too late to be asking for them, I think. although it's interesting and you can actually get a shop here as well as rest here, that's not exactly what I need right now or want right now from Macbeth. Not at the moment. I had a question for you. So, are you a witch, Macbeth? Macbeth scrutinizes you. I say not as to what I am and isn't, but what you be wanting to know so full bad that ye hound an old woman barking and sniffing for a juicy bit of gossip. I want to learn about magic. Could you teach me? Macbeth laughs. Pah! I'm no teacher. No schoolmistress all set up to teach like them in the big fest hall. There's others somewhere, I'm sure, that spill the dark of it. You'd be wasting your time with all of that, and so you would. I don't agree. I think you have a lot to teach. Macbeth looks at you intently. Oh, why? Why do you want to learn such things? Because I may need it to solve the mystery of who I am. After a moment, Macbeth nods. The art may help, it may not, and you must not rely on it to solve all your problems, he sighs. Child, it's most like only going to add another chip to your pile of questions. I understand. Still, will you teach me? Pah! Macbeth shakes her head. One should make songs and then make magic. Songs have more beauty. Magic has been dull, commonplace, soiled by the mob of people that have trumped through it. Umph. She squints at you. I'll teach you. But first, you'll need to do some things for me, you hear? Like what? My legs aren't good for walking about sigil, and there's errands I would have ye run. I need you to fetch some herbs from the market. It's Fireward, easterly and southerly from here. Now, Hive Market, here's a sample. She takes a black seed from her coat and flicks it to you.
Updated my journal.
Examine the seed. In short, this little old lady can teach us to be a mage, and I know that a lot of people actually have overlooked it, or I know that it is something on the forums sometimes. Actually, I can't find out how to become a mage, and they have to go through the whole beginning of the game without actually ever becoming a mage. But Macbeth here is one of the ones that can teach you the quickest, at least that I know of. Let me put it really precisely, but I do think she's the only one that is within the hive that can teach you how to become a mage. And well, even as she looks odd, and all the creatures that we have seen are odd, even the seeds of plants are odd, because you twist the black seed in your hands, and as you do, you feel a small bite, and a small drop of blood oozes from your thumb. There are tiny barbs on the seed, like teeth. Macbeth snorts. Careful, bit. Show it to one of the fruit merchants on the market. They will know what herbs you seek. Very well then, I will return when I have the herbs. Yes, indeed.
All right.
Now what we also can do
Done.
here is talk to people around here. After all, we see this man, Ratbone. This man is whistling a cheerful tune, playing with a well-kept knife. As you approach him, he stops whistling and gives you a curious look. What you want? I had some questions. My name's Ratbone Cutter. I'm a thief for hire. And yes, this is the man that can teach you how to become a thief. All in one location, but he is a little bit more upfront about it. You have to ask a lot through with old Macbeth to actually find it. It's like the lowest question from a question that you can ask after you already know that she's a shop. And a lot of people forget to look beyond. But this is a true RPG. Sometimes you have to dig a little deeper. And the employer of Shergrave, the boss of the collectors you see around the square. He pays me mostly to learn his last to be real quiet-like, and how to fight if they runs in a spot of trouble. That's likely the only question I'll answer for you, Cutter. He sniffs and shrugs. So, why, could you teach me? Sure, for a spot of jink. Been trained before? No, I haven't. That's fine, I'm gonna cuff you and now, so dodge it. He suddenly swings his open hand at your head. Dodge the blow. You avoided Ratbone's blow. Bad, Cutter, but about that spot of jink. 50 comments, and I'll train you right up. No thanks. We'll take him, but we'll take him later. But, if you pick up a class, like Thief or Mage, there are some companions that can teach you how to, well, switch back one and forward. But if you become a Mage or a Thief, you lose all your fighter abilities. No, not all of them, but let's not go into the deep of it, otherwise it's going to get really confusing really fast. So I will pick up a few Thief levels. It's always handy, but because for each level that you gain, you do gain hit points. And you will get a few nice quick levels of thief here, and a few extra hit points, but I can't switch back to fighter, which is what I mainly want to level in, until I can pick up mage. So, where's your boss, Sharegrave? He nods towards a large, dilapidated house beside him. Careful though, Cutter. He don't like visitors. He's right suspicious of everyone. Sharegrave's not even his real name. Just what me and some of the others calls him. Alright. That's all I wish to know. Farewell. So considering that Farrell is a collector, and this man rules the collectors here, I think he will be against him. Sharegrave, so let's talk to him. Tall and lanky, this pilgrim-looking man exudes authority despite his gangly and somewhat awkward frame. A good portion of his left ear is missing. What little is left is a ragged mess of scar tissue, as if the ear was bitten off rather than cut. His narrow shifting eyes, almost mere slits, look clever and dangerous. Greetings. He spouts out a reply. I don't know you, Burke. He glares at you. What do you want? Answer quick, before I call some man to make quick work from you. I had some questions. He's quiet for a moment and nods. That's so, like what? Oh, I'm looking for a man named Farrod. The tension in the room suddenly rises. Now that's a funny thing to be asking about. What do you want to know about Old Blood Farrod for? He has stole something from me and I want it back. The man is silent for a moment and cracks a smile. He steals from all of us, doesn't he? Whether we're living or the dead, he chuckles. And what do you mean? Our main source of living around here is the dead, you follow? Yeah, you're a collector. Aye, that's right. He looks at you as if he's considering something. Now there's only so many debtors at one time. My bloods and I can only gather so many. If somebody else gathering debts and debtors, that's that much less jink that goes into our pockets. Ah, so Farrod is taking bodies too? Aye.
Updated my journal.
The rub is that he has found a mother load of them. Now I haven't heard of any massacres in Sigil. He frowns, stepping at his chin. So I'm quite interested in knowing where all the debtors are coming from. I can find out for you. For a price. He looks at you for a moment, tugging on the remains of the left earlobe. Alright, name your prize. And we'll deal. I don't have a lot of charisma, so I'm just not going to go for the main top thing. I'm going to say 200 copper comments.
Updated my journal.
He thinks for a moment before finally nodding. Alright, deal. Come back here with the dark of it, and the jink will change hands. You need to know where old Farrod is. He is. We'll go up the platforms, follow them to the north and west, and you'll come to a gate that leads to Ferris Bolt Hole. Getting in and getting the information is your deal, and if anyone asks, you don't know me. Have you never had this talk here? Who are you? For a smart cutter, you don't listen too well. I meant that as a sort of rhetorical question. Like a joke, but apparently you don't like jokes. But yes, now we know that we actually need to go up here in order to find Ferret. But who does the main quest in an RPG right away, eh? Eh? I mean, who hasn't wandered around in the wastelands of Fallout forever and ever until they go a little further?
I'm gone.
So let's go to I want to say Ragpicker Square, but we just came from Ragpicker Square. We are going to the market.
Done.
And here we find the merchants, the finest.
Just look natural. Casual.
I just wanted to say more natural. I think we're getting casual though. Then we have found the lovely market with Limlims. Limlims are extremely funny creatures. Just for somebody to go, aww, let's see this lovely Limlim who will raise up the cuteness factor of this game. This is a Limlim. Their innocuous insects appear to be little more than giant fleas. However, they can be trained and seem loyal to their owners. How far that loyalty extends is worth investigating. Limlim.
Done.
Oh.
Deforested.
No, that isn't much, but we can sell stuff here. But here is Craddock. You see a huge man watching the area with a tight-lipped frown and narrowed eyes. He is hunched slightly as if bearing a heavy load on his shoulder. The unpleasant smell of sweat and dirt wafts off his clothes. Greetings. The man glares down at you and his frown deepens. Aye, what you sniffing around here for? You Craddock? Mayhaps he studies your face if trying to recall you. If I am, what be that to ye? I come with a message from Bean the Sender. The message states the shipment must be in cursed by the third day, or there will be a penalty. By the hells! They can be such fools that they think we can miracle it here. Alright, then your message has found its way to the right ear. For good will do you. What's the problem? Look around. Craddock nods at the laborers in the marketplace and scowls. These laggards and half-wits can barely keep up the load as it is. And now it needs to be doing half the time. Do you need any help with that? I'll tell you what I need. All my men to show up for work. Jiddle's gone missing since this morning, and I need them back now. Oh, where does he need to go? He doesn't know where he went, but he's probably near the smoldering corpse. That's a barb of a burning man. We also had a mission for that. I could go find him for a price. Aye, you find him, you tell him the drag is worthless butt-ridden hide here. I'll pay you for your trouble you found. When you found him, that is. Alright, I'll go back to him. But first, let's talk, see if we can find some merchants. There it is. And this is how you sell things. It isn't extremely, elaborate, I have to give in. And it's kind of unfortunate, it's always like this, that you have to scroll for your entire inventory before you get actually to perhaps an item you wish to sell. Let's keep the iron pry bar. I think you can use that later. Oh, no, we need that other one as well, and we have not identified yet that. Oh. Yay, we sold a few items, but now you've seen that. And the next time around, of course, as you are used from me, I won't show you how all the selling of item goes, because that is just boring to watch at. You don't really need it. I, of course, will always show you what in the end I have bought and haven't bought. By the way, this is the black barbed seed, if you were wondering. But yes, and but the whole bag of deal of dealing with that, I'll do that off camera, so you don't get to see that. Alright, this Hive Merchant. There you go, I thought, spend your copper for sake of your senses. I think you just said something about, also about herbs. The older merchant has a worldly look around him. His deep voice is gentle but confident. Oh, hello! Are you ready to sample some of the most delectable treats from across the plains, my good man? My the midwife of the square needs some herbs sprung from the seed here. Can you help me? The man takes a seed, looks at it critically as he presents it between his thumb and forefinger. He winches as a small drop of blood appears on the thumb. Ah, the seed's got a bite on it. Yeah, I noticed that. You have the herbs she's talking about. He can't seem to take his eye on the seed. Lad, I don't know if there's anyone who has what your friend seeks. To be square, I've never seen such a seed before. We need someone, buddy. Sorry, you would need someone who cultivates seeds as this. For I have none. Well then, where would I find such a person?
My journal.
Don't know the dark of it, friend. Yes, seed, back to you. You'd be hard pressed to find a gardener in the hive. Looks like I'll have to. Thanks for your help. Farewell. So that is going to be a little bit of a search for a gardener. For somebody that actually knows about plants. When you live in a city made of stone and brick. Yes. But, of course, we would be rather bad if we did not adhere to a little bit of cuteness factor. Jump, lim, lim, jump. These merchants seem to be suddenly notice you. Oh, greetings. Would you like to purchase one of these playful, gambling little lim-lims, my lord? Yes. A lim-lim will provide its own food, eating insects, tiny rodents, and the like. It will follow you everywhere you go, or each decline and clean up after quiet, exercise themselves with their constant flipping about, and, best of all, they leap over 15 feet when prodded with hot coals. One will only cost you but 40 coppers, my lord, and mere pittance for such an entertaining pen, my friend. Mort, do you think? Why not, boss? It'll be fun to kick around when we're down, right? Well, I can't kick it scaredly, though. You, at least. I want to see the 50-foot hot coal jump, too. I actually don't, but I'll take one nonetheless. How nice, my lord. Here you are. My own lim-lim. Yes, we have our very own lim-lim. A pet. Before ever Pillars of Eternity came around, and the pets were all everywhere. And actually, after, I'm not sure. I think this game came after Baldur's Gate. I'm quite sure it came after Baldur's Gate. Yes, before all those, there were already pets. This is your pet, Lim Lim. Noticing there's your attention, it chirps at you lovingly. Pio! Pet your Lim Lim. Pio, pio! The Lim Lim squirms about merrily. It wings buzzing. It seems to enjoy the affection immensely. Kawaii desu ne? And yes, put your Lim Lim down to run for a bit. And there it is. My favorite pet Lim Lim, following wherever we go. And he can scurry about wherever he wishes.
I'm gone.
You don't need a modern game to have a little pet. Alrighty then. Now he's not following us incredibly, like as in Pillars of Eternity. He will follow nearby, but if you stop, as you can see, now he is followed, and at a certain point he resets more or less and just goes about his own way. This is a lady that her name says it all. This broad-shouldered woman is shuffling about amongst the huge beams lying on the street. She kicks on the beams with iron-shod boots. Every once in a while, she bends down and wrenches a nail from one of the boards with her bare hands. She holds each one up, praising it, and drops it into a leather sling bag. That's close enough there, Cutter. What do you need of me? As she rests her hand on the hilt of her weapon. I had some questions. What are you doing? What does it look like I'm doing, Burke? Collecting nails, she laughs gently, shaking her head. Where's all this wood come from? Here and there, I suppose. Sometimes the boots drop the stuff off, and I go through them before another pack comes to fetch it away. Probably rubble from buildings or walls, putting or tearing it down. A Daboose? Aye, Daboose, the lady's servants. She looks at you, puzzled. You must be new to Sigil. The lady? Oh no, ye don't. I won't be saying anything more about her than I already have. She traces a semicircle over her heart with her finger. Take my advice, Burke. Don't go asking about the lady. Farewell then. Farewell, ye will too then, Cutter. So the Daboose, the lady. We need to talk about that before we end the episode. This is Ash Mantle. This is Dusty, but
Done.
Where are the Dabooses? Come on. I know there are some Dabooses around here.
I'm
Dang,
gone.
nabbit. How far do we need to go? Oh.
I'm gone.
Hey, combat. But there it is. This is a Daboose. Now, I guess I'm going to have to deal with this combat first because yes, combat can end randomly. This is what you consider a random encounter, if you would have it. Where the three thugs just think, well, you know what? That floating skull and that walking corpse, yeah, they look like a good target to, you know, mug. But as you can see, this guy did not turn red, which means that Mord's litany of curses did not work on him. And this guy did. And then you know that it worked. I really wanted to rather attack Mord because of all his damage resistance.
We're being watched, Chief. Just look natural. Casual.
Yes, your companions will give random remarks like that, and when you get more companions, they will talk among another. And the fact that these people mug you is quite good. Just like in low levels when you play any pen and paper role-playing game. I don't know, D&D, Warhammer, Vampire the Masquerade. Low-level encounters is how you get your first little bit of cash. Or, actually even healing in a cloth charm. But yes, these are the Dabooses, and they work for the ladies. So let me show you, oh, hold on, wrong one. NPC, Daboose. The Daboose are the servants of the Lady of Pain, the enigmatic ruler in Sigil. They float about the ground and speak in rebuses, symbols strung together to spell out words. They tear down walls and construct streets under the unspoken command of the lady. There's something about them that strikes you as wrong. Yes, they are silent. Around their head form symbols, and that's how they talk. And I don't think the lady, yes, there you go. This is the Lady of Pain. This is the major symbol you also see when I will load a game, and I'll show you perhaps in a moment then. The lady is a mystery. She's widely regarded to be the de facto ruler of Sigil, its protector and its victim. She is sent to guard the doors of the cage against the myriad schemes of gods, to be the ultimate expression of balance in the multiverse, to be the prisoner of the city of doors. There are thousands of stories about her, and one even tells that she's actually 6 giant scrolls with a headdress robe and ring of levitation and illusions, but none of them can be answered. She's a true enigma, a puzzle with no solution. If someone displeases her by upsetting the balance of the city or worshipping her, yes, she hates it, the lady may punish the offender. Her punishments range from the mazes, a twisting turning hell from a cleverly disguised exit on a demi-plane, so you're not anymore in Jiggle. It's not like a maze you walk through in a real life. No, you will be in a different plane of existence, to the casting of her shadow across the transgressor, covering him with the slashes and gouges from his sharp-edged shadow, leaving behind a pile of gore and viscera. Yes, you will be insta-killed. This is a Deus Ex Machina person, and she is a... Neither option is particularly attractive indeed. Either most likely trapped forever, going mad as you're trying to find the exit, or insta-killed in a most gruesome way. She holds the balance, the Lady of Pain, and her face is the main symbol in the pen and paper version of Planescape in the Multiverse, in the D&D setting. Well, having shown you these 2 things of the city, and having picked up our quest to become a mage, I say I thank you for watching, and remember, great peril